Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dark Souls 2. We have quite the full agenda this time around. I have a couple of things that are on my mind that I want to take care of. Last time we ended up defeating the old Iron King, the boss of the Iron Fort area. So that was fun. Okay, we're gonna level up. I'm gonna change track here real quick and talk about leveling up. So we have 50 faith, and we're at the point where we're getting kind of diminishing returns. Like we're at the serious cutoff point. If I increase my faith by 1, it boosts the power of my miracles, but not my lightning attack, or my fire attack, or either of my weapons that I'm using, or my casting speed, or even my HP. So, it's not really worthwhile to keep leveling up my faith. I think 50 is a good stopping point. Now, with the mace that I'm using, it also scales its damage based on strength. So I really like my lightning mace plus 10 because that thing is amazing. And we can make it even more amazing if I level up my strength more. So now I think I am going to make strength a bit of a priority. Off camera I was doing a bit of PvP, so I leveled up once and put that 1 point into attunement to get that extra 5th attunement slot. I was doing the Bellringer Covenant stuff. So that was very helpful, and that's pretty much the only thing that I did off camera. I'm okay with having 20 health, or 20 vigor and 20 endurance. Like, those are okay. Vitality might be fun to raise also, but honestly, just dumping all these points into my strength and getting that extra attack power, I think is going to be really beneficial. It also might unlock some, make some new weapons usable for us. I was looking at some of those just before I started here. We have a bunch in our inventory. So, let me talk about weapons real quick here. We've been using the Hide Knight Sword since, pretty early in the game, pretty much right near the beginning, and it does a little bit of lightning damage. It scales a little bit with your faith, lightning. That's a C ranking for scaling there, and a C ranking for your dexterity, and a C for your actual physical strength. So, it gets better as you raise those stats, but not as much as compared to, like, our Lightning Mace, which has a B ranking in scaling for lightning and for strength. So, it scales much more as we increase our stats. So, early game, something like the Hide Knight Sword, which has high attack power but low scaling, is good. It just does lots of damage. But that damage doesn't really change much as we get through the game. So now it's going to be more beneficial to use these sorts of weapons. The Lightning Mace, the mace which scales more as we increase our stats. That's kind of becoming the deciding factor here. So I was looking at some of these other things that we could potentially equip now. We're close to equipping the pike. We could do 2 more dexterity, but it doesn't scale very well. We're very far from the silverback spear that those knights were dropping. Lightning wing spear, same. We're fairly far away from that. It's a dex weapon, so we won't get much out of it. The Morning Star, we can actually equip the Morning Star now. It only scales at a C level right now. We could potentially upgrade it and see if that C bumps up to a B, and that would put it on par with the mace. I'd imagine that it would, but I don't know that for sure. Magic Mace, that's just another mace that does magic damage. I don't really care too much about that. Black Knight Great Axe, we are not ever going to be using that. Same with the Giram Great Axe. That thing requires 50 strength. That's outrageous. The Bandit Axe we're also close to being able to use as a new weapon. Zweihander as well. We could use the Broadsword, also only a C scaling. So I'm going to be... let's see, let's do this. I'm going to deposit a bunch of these weapons that I don't think we're going to care about. I mean, Hide Knight Sword, you served us well, but we're kind of done with you for now. The Zweihander might be nice later on. Katana, we can maybe use the Bandit Axe, not those other 2 axes. Magic Mace, I don't know that magic is something I'm ever going to be wanting on a weapon, so we'll deposit that for now. Morning Star might be good, and then these 3 spears we're not going to be using. So we have 17,000 souls. We could get 2,000 more souls and level up one more time if we wanted to, or we could spend that on upgrades or looking for other weapons that we could maybe equip. Longsword. Battle axe. I mean, the mace is good. It might be worth... Might be worth. It is worth. Let's check out some other weapon merchants. Let's see. I don't think Melentia sells any weapons. Oh, she does sell a few. Hand axe, though, is not that great. The club, it's an A scaling in strength. So if we get... Ooh, as do the fists. That club might not be such a bad idea. I'd be curious to know... I mean, it's super cheap also, so let's buy one. Hand axe, probably not. There's an armor merchant here, but not any other actual, like, weapon merchants. So we're gonna go talk to Steadyhand McDuff. I know that he has some weapons for sale. I don't remember if... Like, I don't remember what they were, or if they were any good. But yeah, I'm kind of just trying to find a replacement for my Hide Knight sword right now. That was a good weapon. We got a lot of use out of it. It lasted us pretty far into the game, but now... it really pales in comparison to our upgraded mace. So that's what I'm trying to... Oh, oops, that's reinforcement we want to buy. Bastard Sword has a pretty high requirements. The Great Axe also pretty high requirements for strength. Scythe, pretty high. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be using any of those anytime soon. We could just level up some of these and see if the scaling improves much. Also, okay, club is an A scaling, so if we infuse the club with lightning, I'm not going to actually do that, but we're just going to take a look. Okay, it only gets a C scaling, but again, that might change if we upgrade it. I think the Morning Star could also be a fun weapon to be using. We could also upgrade our armor a little bit. So that's the other thing. I'm thinking about switching over my armor to the Tattered Cloth Robe because its weight is on par with the Saint's Dress. The Saint's Dress, however, that I've been sticking with for a while, I like both of those more than the Dark Armor. I love the Dark Armor, the Dark Wraith Armor, but it's super heavy, and I think Light Armor is better for us right now. Until I can raise my weight limit. If I even want to raise my weight limit, I might just stick with light armor. Anyway, Twinkling Titanite can only be used to upgrade things to +5, and Twinkling Titanite is super rare. We now have the ability to buy as much regular Titanite as we want, so we essentially can just upgrade anything that uses regular Titanite as much as we want. So, Tattered Cloth Robe, uses regular Titanite to upgrade, which means that it's much more, the upgrades are more accessible. We can also upgrade it further. It can get up to +10, potentially. And, a lot easier to come by, a lot cheaper. So I think I'm going to use this. It's very light, and it's going to be pretty easy for me to upgrade a lot here. And I'm not going to use one of my slabs. But we're up to, what, 95 physical defense for that? Compared to the 73 for this set of armor. And the Saint's Dress, it weighs 2.6 pounds. And this weighs 2.7 pounds. So, the Saint's Dress would be much better, I'm sure, if we upgraded it further. Twinkling Titanite is so hard to come by. Same with the trousers. I might do something similar when it comes to pants at some point also.
Flame.
But that'll be a bit further away from now. Yeah, so in the meantime, I guess I'm sticking with... Well... Whoops, did not mean to light the torch. Oh, thank you. I'm wondering if it might be worth it to try upgrading the Club and or Morning Star a little bit. Just to see if they get noticeably better when it comes to scaling. I like the Morning Star because it inflicts bleed. That might be a useful thing for us later on. Jester's Gloves, those are also at +9. Okay, that's good for now. We can come back and deal with that stuff later. So I want to go talk to Strayed, the guy who we can trade boss souls to, and he can potentially trade with us. We give him a boss soul, and he gives us a cool weapon in return, like a unique weapon that we can only get from that boss soul. But I have one more thing that I want to do before that. So we're going to go give this a shot. Ooh, also, I'm wondering if we could do something about those fire lizards down there. They've got there's a treasure chest back in that corner behind its tail, and there's some items floating around down there. I wonder if we could use the silver cat ring to try to drop down in there and not die. That is certainly food for thought. Okay, we gotta go this way. Let's see. Oh, come back here. I hate that these guys have shields. And that he's just going to keep hitting me, or we're just going to emit force and kill this thing. Jeez, that was kind of embarrassing. We're going to go try to take out the Pursuer up here again. We have run into him a couple times and just been, decimated every time. There we go. That should be the last enemy that we encounter up here. Oh, also, when I was doing the Bell Covenant PvP stuff, we hit rank 2. I went into the bell tower to talk to the little minion guy, and he gave us a sorcery. I forget what it was, but it was just a sorcery. It wasn't that great, and not something I'll ever be using. And then I died when I was doing that, so I am no longer human. I'm actually a hollow, which is very, very sad. I got invaded and killed by one of the other bell keepers. Alright, so we're going to give this boss a shot. This one's been lingering here for a while. It's been kind of bugging me that we haven't killed the Pursuer here. Let's try just lightning him. Lightninging. Yeah, we have grown a lot since our last attempt at fighting him. There we go. I love that sunlight spear. It's so powerful. Okay. 20,000 souls, not bad. We got a Ring of Blades and the Soul of the Pursuer. So let's see what that ring does. Increases physical attack. The Ring of Blades is modeled after the Mad Knight of Alkin's weapon of choice. Increases physical attack. The kingdoms of Alkin and Ven long ago flourished on these very grounds. They were both founded by the same man, but were reduced to rivalry and spite. And then we got the Soul of the Pursuer. Soul of the Pursuer who lurks in Drangleic. The Pursuer who seeks the bearer of the sign will not rest until his target is slain. Okay. That actually went much smoother than I had been expecting it to. So now we can check out this area, which I feel like we probably should have cleared out a long time ago. Yeah, there's an item down below there that we could probably drop down and get. Down and then left. But we're gonna explore... Oh yeah, he was flying around on the bird, and there's his bird's nest. And it looks like, what, there's another giant here? Alas, nothing happened. So yeah, another fallen giant that has turned into a tree. Okay, let's drop down here. Saw the item. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, Dranglaic sword, shield, mail, gauntlets, and leggings. Dranglaic sword, where are you? There you are. 25 strength, 20 dexterity, and it scales really highly with dexterity. Great sword of Drummond, Royal Army Captain. An old, unadorned sword, perhaps, but the pride and joy of the venerable captain. An heirloom passed from grandfather to father, and then from father to son. Drummond, and those before him, used the sword to repel those who would threaten their great land. What else? There was a Dranglaic shield. Ooh, 100% physical damage reduction. That is as good as the shield we're using right now. Even with its embossing terribly worn, this shield exudes pride and authority. Heirloom passed down, blah blah blah. Drummond and those before him held the shield when facing those who would threaten their great land. So, similar text with what the sword had. It's heavier, and not as good with respect to everything other than physical. And then we got, not armor, but we got, like, everything else. Drummond's ancestors have served Dranglaic for generations, principally as defenders of the Great Fort. Captain Drummond is the last in his proud line. They look heavy. Nice little bit of poise. And pretty great physical defense, so I would assume... Dranglaic mail. Yeah, I mean, they're not bad. They're heavy. Oh, and that's the heavy armor set that I've seen a bunch of other players wearing, like, as I've summoned them. That's the one with the armor. Or the cape. Huh, that's neat. Raw for treasure. Okay, then we can drop back down here. Oh, forgot about you. Useless hollow soldier armor. Let's go back up there and check out that bird's nest. I'd be curious to know if that is a thing that we can interact with, or if it's just there for decoration. So the reason I wanted to do this first is because I was suspecting and hoping that we could take down the boss, and then we have an extra soul for when we go visit Strayed. And I'm wondering if that might, if that might be a thing that we can see. So what are you? Circling around ahead. Salmon. Ooh, cutscene. Okay, the bird's taking us for a ride. That's similar to the first Dark Souls game. That's kind of neat. We're going to end up in a new secret area. And the bird just kind of throws us. The Lost Bastille. There's a new bonfire here, at least. Where are we? Praise the sun. Go ahead and just take this enemy out right here. Large Tartanite Shard and a Radiant Life Gem. That's not bad. Okay, so it looks like this is just an alternate way of getting to the Lost Bastille area without going through... Hello. Without going through No Man's Wharf. And I'm guessing... Yeah, I can't get back over to that bonfire. That's okay, there are plenty of bonfires in here. What's the room with all those dogs? I'm a little bit disoriented right now. Aha, in here is where, what's her name? That NPC that we keep encountering and summoning and assisting. That's where she is. So if we go down here... this will take us back to Steady Hand MacDuff's workshop. Man, I love this upgraded mace. It is literally the best weapon ever. Probably not literally. It is a marked improvement over everything else we've been using up till now, though. Cool, so here's MacDuff's workshop. And more importantly, here's the bonfire. We're gonna go visit Strayed, who is also here. We can just warp to the Tower Apart. Okay, so that must be the new one that we just discovered there. We can go directly to Strayed's cell. While I was doing PvP here in the Bell Tower Covenant, I kept running around and killing these enemies that are immediately outside of Strayed's cell over and over again, to the point where they don't respawn anymore. So we don't have to worry about them anymore. These enemies and the ones on the floor below. So that'll make that a little bit easier when we want to come visit Strayed and check up with our boss soul situation here. So let's see what new things he has for us. Mytha's Bent Blade, the Baneful Queen. I think we already looked at that one. That was the boss in Earthen Peak. Smelter Demon's Ultra Greatsword, the Smelter Sword. An Ultra Greatsword forged from the soul of the Smelter Demon. Its blade bears the strength of terrible flames, a latent power unleashed by a strong attack. The earth spouted fire, and a beast arose from the flames. The short-sighted king was incinerated by the creature in one swing, and his castle devoured in a sea of flames. The Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword. Ultra Greatsword of the Pursuer. Known as the mightiest of the straight swords, it demands great strength and dexterity of its wielder. The Pursuer hunts down those branded by the curse, as if each undead soul that he claims will atone for one of his sins. 30 strength and 18 dexterity. That's a lot. Flexile Sentry. We've seen all those things. Soul Blast Giant, we've seen that. Flexile Sentry, Gargoyle, Dragon Rider, Skeleton Lord, Covetous Demon, Chariot, Dragon Rider, Chariot. Aha, Pursuer. This is a new one. The Pursuer's Great Shield. Great Shield of the Pursuer. For those who can handle the weight of this shield, it offers resistance to curses. Pursuer hunts down those branded by the curse, as if each undead soul that he claims will atone for one of his sins. Okay, so... that is a pretty good shield, although it's unbelievably heavy. Huh. And then no new spells or anything there.
So, if you bigger.
I forget, does he have anything useful to sell us? No, we have everything that I want from him.
Feeble. Let's hope the man.
Okay. Cool. So the other thing I want to do is I want to go check out Belfry Sol, the second bell tower. Belfry Luna, that's the one here in the Lost Bastille. That's where we joined the Bellringer Covenant, or the Bellkeeper Covenant. And I've been doing all the PvP and all that stuff. Well, this should only get us 1 level. But there is a second bell tower, and we have not explored it at all. Yeah, I think just strength is the best course of action for now.
You've been...
And then she does sell infinite Titanite shards now. So I'm going to just dump all the rest of my souls into getting all these Titanite shards. Because we are kind of likely to lose our souls when we go into the bell tower.
There are...
Oops, don't care about talking to you. We can, I believe, just go back to Belfry Sol here in the Iron Keep. There was a bonfire just below the entrance. And I was doing a bit of PvP. I haven't talked to the creepy marionette Covenant leader doll thing up here. So I don't know if we've hit enough kills or fought off enough invaders, I guess, to reach rank 3. You can check that out.
The infant! The bell! Oh, tear him to shreds. We've been
Okay, so that's a no. And here we go. It is likely that I'm going to get invaded repeatedly and be killed. Ooh! Oh no. Oh, no, 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 this is bad. Did he throw a firebomb at me? Is that what happened? Okay, that looks like a perfect time to use some lightning. Luckily, we don't have far to go. This is going to be rough. I think I'm going to go with Emit Force instead of Lightning, because Emit Force can be cast much quicker. Also, do I have my... Okay, yes. My clear bluestone ring... Whoops. Ah, I didn't know I could do that. A clear bluestone ring will let me cast my miracles and spells faster. So that should help us. I don't know if it helps a ton. Man, these things are a lot tougher than the little critters back in the other bell tower. This is also a much bigger area, it looks like. It's definitely more open. I would prefer not lingering here for too terribly long if we could avoid it. There are a lot of bloodstains in here also. And a lot of human-sized phantoms. That's kind of alarming. Oh, there's a red one there. Oh no. Use a sunlight spear. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Berserker Blade, that's new. I think it's a katana, though. I was afraid of that. Okay, I want to explore that area and maybe deal with the boss. I'm assuming there's going to be a boss in there like there was one in Belfry Luna. So I am actually going to burn a human effigy, which will cut us off from the internet for a while. It'll cut us off from the outside world. We can't interact with other players, can't be invaded or invade or summon other people for assistance or see any orange messages or anything for a while. But that's exactly what I want, but it won't let us burn in this bonfire, so we gotta go back to the far fire, I guess, and see if we can burn a human effigy here. That'll give us a good, like an hour or so, I think is how long the other one lasts. Yeah, I think it lasted about an hour. So, we'll do that. Why can I not burn in this bonfire? Can I please burn a human effigy? I wonder if it only affects the area where you burn it at. That's okay though. We can like walk over to the bell tower and see if that held up. It's not too far away. I don't think we had the gauntlets of those knights. Ow. I would rather not use a sunlight spear if I could help it. Might go with emit force. There's this guy, the hammer thing, yeah, he's gonna be right around the corner there. There we go. And I will stick with emit force for the time being. So yeah, this, and then we use the Pharaoh's Lockstone, and then up here, this is how we get to the bell tower. That's interesting. I guess that's just kind of sinking in for me. Both bell towers can only be accessed by using Pharaoh's Lockstones. I'm gonna get rid of the pyromancy here, and I'm gonna add another lightning bolt spell. That seems like it's gonna be more useful than the pyromancy. Which means I can also unequip the pyromancy gloves since we don't have any anymore. Oh, and then I killed that blue phantom. Does that mean that they're not going to come back? That changes things a little bit. I'd be really careful with how wide open this area is. I'm worried that other enemies might try sneaking up on me. And that red spirit's still alive also. I do not like this at all. Apparently I can't cut off PvP here. Let's see if we can at least get our souls back. Not a fan of this. Oh, swing and a miss. Not what I wanted. This is unfortunate. I just want to check out this area. I'm not interested in doing the PvP right now. And I guess I wasted a human effigy. Ha 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 ha. That's weird that doesn't cut off PvP in that area. I thought it would. I thought that was kind of the whole point, because it said it blocked invaders. The other thing we can try to do, and I know this is kind of... but I think... Can we... not... disconnect? I don't even know, like, where to go in that area, either. We're gonna give it one more shot. Oh, you're an archer. You're an archer, too. That red phantom did not show up. Treasure ahead. Simpleton spice. Ah. Go up over in here too. Oh, is this the bell tower? The bell? Nice. So let's just kind of blitz through here and see if we can get to the boss. Yeah, that's the bell that we just rang. What on earth? You have like a triple crossbow? Oops, not what I meant to use. Ooh, was not blocking that. Let's keep our eyes peeled for items, shall we? I don't want to dilly-dally for too long, but I'm here to explore. Another simpleton spice. It would be great for lowering the requirements of using archers, for using sorceries. But I have no desire to use sorceries. How did you get on here? That's not cool. Alright. Oh, I got shot in the back by the archers, didn't I? Or did I kill with that guy? I don't know. I think the archers got me. Dang it, we were so close to getting out of there. Alright. That's all, though. I think once we get through that fog door, we'll be fighting the boss and we'll be safe. We won't be invaded. I know that that's how it worked over in the other bell tower, because we saw that message often. You know, host has successfully made it to the boss, and it would kick us out of our little invasion mode. Also, dang it, can we jump off? There we go. It's time that I need to start equipping the Ring of Binding, as we're dying so much here. Where are you? There you are. It's unfortunate that being in the Covenant doesn't protect you from being invaded. In the first Dark Souls, when you joined the Forest Covenant, which was a very similar PvP covenant to this one, but as long as you were in the Covenant, you wouldn't be invaded. So that was your safe way to explore. Just be in the Covenant. There we go. Oh, alright, here we go again, everyone. So we gotta ring the bell again. We don't have to kill any of the phantoms, though. My souls are probably going to be back over at the end of the rooftop here. I do need to do something about these stupid little archers over here. Okay, feeling much better about that. Grab a rusted coin, get my souls back, grab the item here. Didn't see what it was, don't care, need to go in here. Okay, apparently not a boss. That's unexpected. Immolation, though, that is a pyromancy, and it's probably the one that I've seen people use in PvP, where they, like, you punch the ground with your pyromancy flame and a whole bunch of pillars of flame shoot up. Behind. Oh, an item. Pull back. Human effigy, Triclops, snake troches. There's still a lot of people dying down here, so I'm wondering if we're not actually safe. Try backstepping. Item. Alright, no secret doors. Although there might be one, like, in this corridor here. Maybe not. Oh, and we're just back in the Iron Keep. Huh. Aha! Yeah, look at that. What do you have for me? Black Knight Greatsword. That is the giant greatsword used by the Black Knights in the first game. That's cool. And then a protective chime and a grand spirit tree shield. So let's see all these things that we got. Sword first. Anglaic sword, Black Knight Greatsword. So very heavy, very high requirements for everything, all your stats. It does fire damage, that's interesting. Greatsword wielded by knights who served a Lord of Light in a long forgotten age. Even after their flesh was charred by flame, they remained as strong as ever and stood watch, challenging visitors to their land. Yep, definitely the Black Knights for the first game. Berserker Blade, that was new. Katana of a Berserker by its name. It's the thick, shiny black blade cuts exquisitely. Its origins and owner are unknown, but at some point the blade became known by this name. So it looks like just a lot of damage and pretty good counterattack damage. So good with like critical hits, backstabs, that sort of thing. A new chime. Curious to see how it stacks up. Well, we can see how it stacks up to another one. 152 damage at lightning +4. 110 damage. It doesn't scale as well with faith. But it's faster also. 140 speed versus 120 casting speed. Sacred Chime commonly used by clerics of Lindelt. Catalyst for miracles and hexes. Sacred Chime serves to conduct the power of miracles, but in the past, something entirely different served the same purpose. Yeah, talismans. Yeah, when we got this shield here. Shield of the blue spirit tree that is... That and is said. Shield of the blue spirit tree that and is... Okay, there's just a typo in there. Said to possess divine powers. Appears in the allegory of Quella, god of dream, and can deflect spells by parrying. Once there was a boy who was easily frightened until the talking tree of Dream World transformed itself into a shield to protect him. And then we picked up some other things. Red Leech boosts bleeding resist. Triclops Snake boosts petrify resist. That's kind of cool. Simpleton Spice will lower the intelligence requirement by 1 for chosen spell. Not a thing that we're ever going to really care about. Just looking for anything else that looks new that we might have picked up. Don't think we have any new rings, do we? We have a lot of rings. None of them look particularly new to me. Immolate. That was the other thing that we got. Immolation. A pyromancy that creates a coating of flame, allowing the caster to incinerate nearby foes. Needless to say, this is a perilous spell that burns the caster while active. If a person is truly desirous of something, perhaps being set on fire does not seem so bad. Okay, so it will light us on fire, and as we get close to enemies, they will take fire damage. Seems like not something I want to be using a lot. Alright. Done with that stupid bell tower, hopefully forever. Let's get out of here. So we got 21,000 souls again. I'm going to go back to Majula. I think that'll be enough for us to level up once. But at this point, every time we level up, it's just going right into my strength, which is boosting my attack power. So that's worth it. Worth it to me, and then we can dump the rest of our leftover souls into armor upgrade stuff again. That seems to be like a good idea to me. Yeah, and then boosting our attack power. 406 damage with our mace. That is just ridiculous. And I love it. I should probably also be leveling up my adaptability a little bit. Let's go see if there's anything here that we can upgrade easily. Reinforce. Can level up our chime even more. I don't know how long we're going to be sticking with it, or if we're going to be running into a better chime, or who knows. Could also upgrade all of the everything else that's not just our physical damage reduction on our shield. That seems like it might be a really good idea as well. Broadsword we could upgrade. Club I haven't really tried to upgrade yet. I don't know. I don't know if the Morning Star is going to yield a good... Like, if it's going to get better scaling. Fire scales with B on the longsword. Hang on. It scales with a B on the longsword right now anyway. Okay, never mind. I was curious to know if that was going up as we were upgrading it. but that doesn't appear to be the case. Although, who knows? We'll buy just one more Titanite shard. No, we'll upgrade the shield.
interest.
We'll upgrade the shield. I know. Choices, choices. Reinforce shield to +3. We can upgrade it again. Using large Titanite shards now. I like that. We're above 50% block on everything except dark damage. And that's okay with me. Okay, that's everything else that I can think of that we haven't done yet. So, our next two goals, we have the tree place where the Pyromancer lady was petrified up above. That direction, and then we have the pit over here that we can fall down on this side. Although, probably should have... I forgot about this guy, the ladder man. He needs 15,000 souls to give us ladders. I think he'll give us ladders all, like, hopefully all the way down, or most of the way down, or something. Who knows? I think tree area is going to be next. Well, we'll give it a shot. Last time I pulled that lever, I was ambushed by a lot of creatures and then died very quickly, and it was kind of bad. So we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I'm ending the video here. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and, you know, more Dark Souls 2 next time.